talking about this, delivering this message might make me late for work. But right now, I don't care about that. I really don't, because it's so heavy on my mind that if I take this into my work atmosphere, the day is gone. The day is gone. And it's so heavy on my heart to say that another friend of mine has left the earth on purpose. And it's annoying. It's frustrating. It enrages me. And at the same breath, I understand. And I want to be very careful with that statement. And again, at the same time, I want to throw it around and be like, "This is what happened. Why are we not talking about it? Why can we not just say, 'Oh, you fucking asshole. That was so rude of you to leave us on this planet on purpose.'" And it's not even so much of that. My bigger message that was coming through was that for my friend's memorial, so many people were coming up and they were saying this person had such a big heart. Even when they had nothing left to give themselves, they would still say, "I hope you have a good day." Or they would say, "I'm so glad you're alive," or "I'm so glad you're here." And from someone who used to do that so often, to remind people that you are seen, that you are heard, that you are loved just for your existence alone, who would bend over all the way for hours at a time for people and say, "Here's some space I have for you. Here it is. So you can put all your emotions, all of your feelings. You don't have to be mad. You eventually could be happy with me." Let me tell you, that is soul sucking. And my message is for both ends of that spectrum, because on my one end that I was of pouring into people when I didn't have much, because I wanted the human race to know that there was hope. I wanted them to know that there were people who do care and who do see them, and that the world isn't crap. I wanted to be that person, and I was for 15 years. I was that person who would always try to prove to people that yes, there is hope. Yes, there is. There are good people. I'm one of them. You don't have to be mad all the time. People like me exist. I don't know if that's my friend's ideology. However, that was mine. Now I'm at a point on this other hand, in the middle of that, is this feeling of, if I do not give the universe and the people in my world my all, how will they find hope in that moment when they look sad and down and out? Sometimes it is not only their lesson to be in that. That is our lesson to watch people navigate these hard times. And we are just as supportive in our silence. People like this, people who genuinely care and want the best for the people around them. Our silence is enough. Our presence is enough. If we don't have it genuinely in us to speak, to say, "I got you. I hope you have a good day." If we don't have that in us genuinely, not like, "Oh, this is the idea of me that has that space." No, if it doesn't come from our girth, from our untas, as Selena Estides would say, from your unta, if you don't feel it from your unta, don't do it, because you will take your life. Because also in that middle is where actually on this side of it, of trying to be everyone's cheerleader, because it was hard to be my own and my most realistic self. when I tried to be everyone's cheerleader, is when I had the most unaliving ideologies. That just is what it is for me. For me. For me. If you take this story and try to put in your own stuff and run with it, that's on you. This is my story. That when I was in that place of saying, I want everyone to feel good because life can be good, life can be beautiful, life can be, you might see someone else who has a chipper face and a bubbly personality. I had the most ideologies about that, about no longer being here on the planet because I was tired, because I was exhausted. And I'm recovering from that exhaustion. I'm still in this middle phase of understanding that I don't have to be everything for everybody. I don't have to cheer everybody up because we don't always have to be cheered up. That's the really cool thing about humans is that we can feel so deeply. We can feel something so awful and bounce back eventually. It may not be overnight, but we don't need to give everyone all of us to bring them comfort. We just don't. And on the other side of that flip side, is a very careful balance that I'm gonna state. And I hope that the nuance can be picked up by you. But if you found this, hopefully it will. If you found this, honestly, it will. The balance of the other side of this is to allow yourself to be a human being and remind people that they don't have to have it all together for you. Because I've been on this side. And there is a very special amount of people in this world who are trying to do this job. And for the other people who have not felt called to that mission in this world, you're fine. You're perfect just as you are. It's okay if you're not super smiley. It's okay if you're not super upbeat. It's okay if you don't ask people how their day is every single day. It's okay if you don't try to uplift people every day. But carry your weight. Carry a little bit of weight. And by that, I don't mean you have to not be yourself. It's not that you have to start saying, I'm so happy you're here today to your coworker who just came in that you don't like. It's not saying that. It's saying to not judge yourself, to not judge people on the internet, to not talk badly about people on a television show that you're watching because of the decisions that they're making, because they're most likely going to be a poor decision because we are human beings. Do not judge. Do not create more hatred in the world with the things that you're doing. Don't create this sense of dread and that people who make mistakes will never be able to right those wrongs. Pull your weight. Do your part. Do your part. It doesn't mean to not act like yourself, but it does mean to question yourself when you're being really, really, really judgmental to someone else. Or when you look in the mirror and you are tearing yourself down. Or if you're trying to do something and you're realizing there's a whole bunch of resistance and you say to yourself, oh my God, you're never going to figure this out, yada, yada, yada. Yes, you will. That is how you pull your weight. Because people love you. People care about you. And these people should not have to pour into your empty cup all the time, but you can help your cup to not be empty all that time. Siri, snooze alarm. Siri, stop alarm. So with that being said, it's time to go to work. So again, if you're in this special group of people who felt called to love and support each other, support strangers, support friends, all the time. Remember that your presence is enough. Your silence is felt. And it's perfect. It's perfect. And that sometimes you have to watch people go through their stuff and release it from you because it has nothing to do with you. And that's okay. When they come out on the other side, you can be like, great. How was it? Your love is still felt because your mission cannot be contained in that one trait. It just can't. And you are meant to live a long life so you can do that work sustainably in a way that feels good for you. And on that other hand, pull our weight. I can't even say our because I'm a part of that group, but I'm just trying to learn how to do it sustainably. But for the people who we worry about and the people who we worry about, pull some more weight by navigating this world with more intention of what you bring into your life. Are you taking breaks at work? Are you taking full breaks at work? Are you giving yourself a day off when you know you need it? Are you eating something that makes you feel good or tears you down slowly from the inside? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. And you have to analyze your life because when you do not fuel yourself, when you do not give yourself accurate breaks, everything else looks like it sucks because it does. Because you're hungry, you're tired, you're angry, you're all that stuff. And maybe you've learned how to navigate through life just dealing with it. But we feel that. We feel that you're just dealing with it. And we tried to go the extra mile. Now, is that your fault? No. That's why I'm preaching to both of us. That's why I'm talking to both groups. Because we need that balance. So, don't pull everyone's weight. Pull a little more weight. And I promise you, in that middle, magic. True, true magic. You guys have a really good day. And if you don't, that's okay too. Don't bring other people down with it. What does Tabitha Brown say? If you're not having a good day, don't you dare go and ruin someone else's. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, one more thing. Your anger doesn't mean that you're a bad person. For both sides. Be angry. Navigate your anger. Feel it inside of you. Work through it. Don't take it on other people. But feel that stuff. Feel it. When we don't feel their anger, when we don't express it, we don't talk about it, we don't get like a third party to hear us out on these things. It just fuels. It just keeps going. If we don't take a boxing class, we don't go rock climbing. Like, I don't know, however you feel like you just have this tension, you need to release it with yourself in a good way. It's just gonna eat you up. And it doesn't make you a bad person for being mad. It doesn't make you a bad person for being mad. It doesn't make you a bad person for feeling your feelings and not being happy all the time. The less happy you can pretend to be, the more happy you will feel. And that's where we're going to leave it. Have a good day. I'm going to work.